The Coffee and the Company Podcast.
Yeah, baby. What's up, Rhys? Why are you so not so excited? Aren't you excited that we come to the milestone right now?
Yeah.
Is this still episode 8?
It's supposed to be probably about
Let me check
episode
this shit,
10
man.
without all the shenanigans that happened.
Unintentionally.
Yeah.
Let me clarify. Yeah, that's episode 8. Yeah, you're correct, man. Yes, it's episode 8. So today's topic?
Today's topic, we're going to talk about grinders.
Right, let's cheers, man. That's part of our custom. Thanks, man.
Coffee.
Cheers with coffee, yeah. Today we're going to talk about how to get how to choose a grinder.
More specifically, whether a grinder is necessary and what are the specs of grinders.
Huh? Why do you say so?
I have a lot of
the grinder is necessary.
Hey, I'm going within a range of what a lot of people ask me, okay?
Oh yeah. So what do people ask you then?
Well, for starters, they ask me if a grinder is really necessary. Why can't we just use the
That's a mortar?
back of the knife or something?
Who's that friend, man? Tell me, man. Who's that friend?
I don't want to give names. I don't want to
Yeah.
give names.
Who's that man? Who's that friend? I'm going to unfriend him.
Why?
Well, unfriend him, man.
Why? Why?
Why do you need such a friend?
Because he's curious.
Yeah, he's curious. I'm curious why you still not unfriend him. Rhys, you look so tired, man.
I'm trying.
You're
trying
more
not to-
tired. You're grinding through more than a grinder. You grind through more than a grinder.
No, I don't think so.
Today we have a bit special because we have a third camera. Later we will show you guys through the video of on top of our table, right? There are sets of grinding burrs. So what's grinding burrs? You want to explain?
Well,
Rhys?
the grinding burst is basically the essential part of a grinder where it grinds your coffee beans into pieces.
Yeah. How come blade grinder doesn't do the job?
Well, first of all, blade grinders are stainless steel.
These are stainless steel, dude. What? This is not gold plated, man.
Okay. Well, first of all, blade grinders, as the name suggests, blade inside, so they will always dent.
Mm-hmm.
So when they dent, you will have a very inconsistent grinding.
Let me explain what is blade grinder. Blade grinder, it is, just imagine this is your ceiling fan. Ceiling fan has 4 blades, 3 blades, 5 blades, right? Very similar in the grinder. So blade grinder is not specifically designed for espresso and coffee, but the burr set on our table is specifically for espresso and coffee. They are different from blade grinder. These are the plated so-called burrs. Yeah, you guys can go and Google search it. It's more like grinding than cutting. The blade grinder are cutting. So when you are cutting, you're not cutting fine enough for your coffee and espresso. As we mentioned on previous episodes, but espresso is super sensitive towards the grind size, right? So when you have a spice grinder like blade grinder, that will produce a not so consistent result in terms of uniformity of the coffee ground.
I see.
Yeah. So we have all these sets of burr set on our table right now. And we have conical burr, and also we have flat burr. So I'm going to show you guys later when it comes to talking about the design of the burr later.
All right.
First off, what do you think about hand grinders and all this, Rhys?
Well, they're very good.
Wow, thanks, man. That's very informative of you. What a good answer, man.
Okay, well,
So, do you think it's necessary? Do you think it's necessary to have a grinder?
yeah, I think it's necessary to have a grinder.
Okay, in what sense?
In the sense that it's very human efficient.
It's
Like
more
you don't need to
efficient.
you don't need to like
Save a lot of your strength, right?
your strength, your time. You could just toss it in that machine. It grinds everything for you.
I think coffee grinder, if you get the good ones, you get a very consistent shot or consistent brew. Yeah. Where if you, like your friend mentioned,
Back of
you
the knife.
chop from your back of the knife or you chop with the knife, that's very similar with the blade grinder. Almost similar. The analogy is very similar with the blade grinder. That's why we have dedicated coffee grinder. We don't use blade grinder. Blade grinder is meant for belacan. It's meant for cinnamon, star anise, so on and so forth. It's meant for spice instead of coffee. Yeah, much more appropriate with the spice. Yeah.
Yep. All right. So the other question that someone asked me.
Who's your someone, man? I'm so
I'm
curious.
gonna-
Who?
it's not-
Give me a
I'm not
name,
gonna-
man. Give me a name.
I'm not
Give me a
gonna
name
give,
over
no,
here.
I'm not gonna give name.
You're not give name over here?
I'm not gonna give name.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Shoot me, man.
The other question was, is it a must for coffee enthusiasts?
Is it a must?
Very stupid.
Well, it depends on what kind of coffee enthusiast he is. Maybe he's very enthusiastic about Nescafe. Very enthusiastic about 3-in-1 instant coffee. 2-in-1.
Enthusiast about that. Have you
Yeah.
seen people who are enthusiasts about that?
Not too sure. But who knows, right? You have a lot of special friends, right?
I have a lot
Who knows,
of
right?
friends who are not like interested
In coffee.
like specific parts of coffee.
Yeah, that's normal, man. You cannot force anyone to be interesting in your hobby. You're not
I mean,
communist,
earlier-
right, Rhys?
A few days ago, I was like,
Okay.
I was talking to my brother while we were walking down the mall, and I just saw one of the grinder,
Uh-huh.
and then I could notice, I literally noticed the shape, and I could tell that it was D-Ting. Then I tell my brother, "Oh, D-Ting," and
Are
my
you
brother
proud?
do not know what that is.
Do you feel lonely at home?
Why?
Because that statement sounds real. You prove to me you're very lonely now.
No. No.
How
Why?
can nobody understand what I'm talking? You know, this kind of your statement is showing me nobody understand what you're talking.
I mean, do you talk to your wife about this?
No, man.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. I mostly talk to my wife about the business, how it runs nowadays.
Oh.
Yeah, mostly. And talk about dinner as well. What do we
Who's
eat?
cooking?
No. What do we eat? Where do we eat?
Okay.
But coffee, right? Coffee, talking about grinders and all this, geeking out with gadgets, right? Usually with my students only. Students only, yeah. But my friends, not not that I know of any one of them enthusiasts about coffee, right? I cannot force them, so what? Can't really force them. So do you think that coffee enthusiasts should get a coffee grinder?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, why? Okay, at first, right, I want to ask this guy, if let's say he is a coffee enthusiast, I also want to ask this guy, why do you ask this question?
I also want to ask him this question. He's not a coffee enthusiast. so-
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, that statement shows that he is not. Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm.
Anyway, how much would a decent one cost?
Well, it depends on what kind of decent one. So, for example, if you're talking about hand brew or filter coffee, you can buy a hand grinder. I would not recommend Hario, the basic one. I forgot the name.
Ario?
Yeah,
Why?
the basic one. 150 something ringgit,
Oh.
160 ringgit,
That
around
one-
that.
That one is equivalent to a spice grinder.
Yeah, it's slightly upgraded. Slightly upgraded, man.
Okay.
Now why? Because I used to use that before. That's one of my first grinder at home.
Hmm?
One of my first grinders at home. I used to use that to make espresso. Because I found out that spice grinder doesn't cut.
a hand grinder,
Yeah,
150.
yeah. That's
A
what I
hand
thought last
grinder.
time. that
The
is
down
what
in
I
espresso.
that is what I afford that time. 155 ringgit. I still remember I bought from Isetan KLCC.
Do you think I should do it?
No, you should not. So I'm telling, if you don't mind, if let's say you're really desperate about having a hand grinder and make hand pour over at home, and you financially you cannot afford that, my first suggestion, I always suggest you to save up more first, because you're not too far away from Time Mall. Time Mall costs like 250, and the gap between Hario and Time Mall, right, is like really far off, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying Time Mall is like far better off than the Hario
So
in terms of the price.
So since you say that Hario basic grinder is not like a good quality, then what makes it?
Let me explain why is it not good quality. First of all, the grinder that I purchased, that was like probably 12 years ago. To be fair, I'm not sure about right now whether they upgraded the version.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, it is built in the burr set with ceramic.
Ooh.
Ceramic, yeah. Ceramic. Ask you this question. I think we reshoot this episode, right? I want to ask you again. Do you see any chef knife that is made from ceramic?
No,
Why is it no?
because it's very easily blunt.
Yes, that's why. So, in compare with stainless steel burr and ceramic burr, obviously stainless steel burr way sharper, much more
Yeah,
reliable.
you can sharpen it as well.
Yeah, and second of all, right, Hario, right? Yeah, the build-up quality, it is the chassis that hold the burr.
Mm.
Is plastic. That means it's very loosey. Yeah, so when you grind, like, the whole burr moves around one. It jiggling
Mm-hmm.
with the chassis. So it's not that when the burr is not solid, first of all, it's not sharp enough. Second of all, the burr chassis is not solid. So you have two factors that contributing the inconsistent of coffee ground. Another way, another level up, Time Mall. I think Time Mall C4 or C3, I forgot. It's 200 something ringgit, 250 something ringgit.
But it's so much better.
So much better, man. That's really worth it for beginners if you want to do that.
So would you
hand brew.
consider that
Hand
as,
brew, yeah.
So would you consider that as like the basic requirement,
I would say that is the entry level.
entry level?
Yeah. So I always make this joke, right? 3 brands. First off, with Hario. Hario, where is it from?
Hario, Japan.
Japan. Time Mall, where is it from?
Shit.
I'm so blessed you, Rhys, that you still do not know where's Time Mall. Yeah? After 4 years with me, man. Bless you,
Really?
man. Bless you.
You don't
Time
know?
Mall from mainland China, dude.
Oh, China. My bad.
So we have Hario from Japan. We have Time Mall from China. And we have third one, also very popular, Comandante. Comandante from? Don't tell you don't know anything, man.
I forgot.
Oh shit, man. I so want to curse you, man. Comandante from Germany, dude.
June. Oh.
Oh, well. Oh. You're supposed to know right now. Oh.
Okay, now I know. No, I forgot. I forgot.
Man. You're supposed to know right now.
forgot.
Before I ask you.
I forgot.
Do we have Hario?
Mm.
I'm done grilling Rhys. Let's back to the topic. We have Hario from Japan, Time Mall from mainland China, and Comandante from Germany. Yeah. These 3 brands are super popular. Now, when you pay 150 ringgit to the Japanese will say, yes, you can have this quality. Yeah, you can have this quality, which is kind of nonsense in the way.
Why? Why?
Hario grinder.
Oh.
So you pay a mainland Chinese 250 ringgit. They say this is the build quality they are proud of, which is okay, average. So when you pay a German 250 ringgit, they will not accept. They'll tell you you have to add one more 1,000 ringgit. That's 1,250 ringgit.
And
For a
that's the
Comandante.
Comandante.
And yet they build the best hand grinder so far.
So Comandante is like their lowest.
I think Comandante currently they have a new one. It's called C60 Barracuda. That is around 3,000 ringgit, man. The new one, and they are discontinuing the older versions which we are using right now.
Ooh.
They are not selling it anymore. They are not
How
manufacturing
much
anymore.
did that cost?
The new one,
Yeah.
3,000 ringgit.
Well,
So
save
right
up,
now-
everyone.
So the German, right?
Yeah.
Right now it seems like the euro has gone up a little bit. Yeah, inflation a little bit. Yeah, so right now the German products are no cheap because why? They are coming in a lot of other players of hand grinders
Oh,
like Kinu, Zpresso. Yeah,
are they actually good?
they are good. They are. Here's a good thing about them, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have the lowest end as low as 400 ringgit
Mm-hmm.
up to as high as 2,200 ringgit. They have probably like 8 models of hand grinders. Yeah, so they have all. Which one that you want?
Sheesh.
Which can you afford? So unlike the German, right, Comandante,
Uh-huh.
they can only make one model, one product
Mm-hmm.
for the last probably like 10 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's how they believe in their product, you know. Rhys, I need more coffee, man. Can you bring the coffee?
Not bad. So let's talk about something else in a
Like what?
in a
Chasing
grinder.
woman?
In a grinder.
Okay.
Sorry, what do you say?
Chasing woman?
Chasing woman.
Okay, what are the grinders that you want
Whoops!
to talk?
I just pour everything into my cup. Never mind.
What are the grinders you want to talk about?
Right. So there's another one. I don't know whether like hand grinders have or not, which is stepless.
Hand
Before
grinder?
we talk about stepless, we
Yeah.
talk about.
You want to
to
explain what is
uh,
stepless? Can you
yes.
explain at least this time? Can you at least know something?
Fine. Okay, fine. Well, step grinder would mean that there are clicks. Let's say like 1, 2, 3. There are clicks on it. So every time you turn from 1 to 2, there's always like clap, clap sound.
Yeah.
Those are step grinders. You cannot go in between them, which is very hard because for a lot of espresso machines, it's very grinding sensitive.
Yeah. Grind size is
Grind
very
size
sensitive.
sensitive. So for that, they have another type of grinder which is stepless. Stepless, you can go in between. It's literally one slope.
Literally,
One
it's
slope.
kind of like infinite of different adjustments.
Yeah, infinite different adjustments. There's no, you can always go in between.
Yeah. So which one? I believe right now, in terms of espresso grinder, right? I don't see any newer generations of grinders come in stepless. Step grinder, yeah. Step grinder no longer exists in espresso grinder.
That's them sad. But then again, it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes total sense,
It
right?
makes sense.
Yeah, so
But okay, let's go back to hand grinder. Do we
I don't
have
think so.
any
No.
stepless hand grinders?
I never seen one stepless hand grinder, to be honest. It's always step grinder. I think even the Pietro from Santo, I think. The new because usually hand grinders are conical grinders, right? So conical grinders, I'll explain that later. What is conical grinders? Usually hand grinders comes in conical grinders, conical burr set, yeah. But Pietro is the first ever hand grinders come in flat burr.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but a lot of bad feedback from that.
Oh.
Lance Hendrick endorsed on that product as well.
Oh.
Yeah, he co-designed one of the models. Yeah. Super heavy, man. Like a kilo plus. A kilo plus, yeah.
You just use that as dumbbell.
Comandante consider heavy. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Around 700.
Yep.
700 grams, right? This is what kilo plus, man.
Damn.
1.2 or something. Yeah. So super heavy, man. And some more, the grinder so heavy when you hold it on hand and try to grind the beans, right? You feel tired because your wrist is so much of stress. So usually they put on top of a table and then grind it. And yet Pietro is not stable. So when you grind it just
it just wobbles.
yeah, the wobbles and everything. Right? So they have to come up with a solution. It's like a stationary clamp. They clamp on the tabletop, and then you place your Pietro grinder on top of this clamp, which is dedicated station, so it doesn't move anymore.
Damn.
I think just buy a
electronic grinder. Yeah,
that will solve
at
every
this
issue.
point.
Yeah. Unless you want to collect a lot of stuff, you want to.
Will you buy that?
No, man. At first, I saw that is tempted. That's very attractive, I would say. Very tempted, but after I saw a lot of bad reviews.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the brew quality was okay. Brew qualities was fine, but when you use the hand grinder to grind your espresso, right, it takes like 1 minute 40 seconds, something like that, to non-stop grinding it.
Non-stop grinding.
Yeah. 1 minute and 40 seconds is long as time for a hand grinder, man. Especially holding 1 point something kilo of hand grinder, man. So that's why after I saw this, I'm not interested anymore. Especially the same price with Comandante, man.
I'm just waiting for the day that. Okay, actually, never mind. We'll move on first. Then we'll talk about this.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what are the most consistent grinders there are right now?
Hand grinder.
Both hand grinder.
And the hand grinder command. I don't have much of hand grinders though. I only have currently Comandante. I have Hario and Taimo.
You still have Hario with you?
I have, because Leslie, our trainer Leslie, he gave it to me as a free gift when I bought his used unit of Taimo for education purpose only, man. So I want to show to the students, right, what's this, what's that, so they got a clearer picture. So the day we try on Taimo, so it was pretty good for the price. Pretty good. I think Leslie bought it like 150 ringgit at the time. That was like 3 years ago, I think. Yeah, but the consistency, for if you're looking at hand grinder, I would suggest Comandante and Timor C40 would be good for pour over filter coffee. I'm not sure about the espresso. And for the electronic grinder, I'm not too sure because the range is too damn big, man. It really depends on what's your usage for, filter or espresso.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Wait. I think most of the hand grinders are for specifically for filter, right?
Yes, I believe most of them, yes. More focused on filter coffee.
I mean, no way you're gonna grind for like 1 minute plus just to dial in espresso.
It doesn't make sense, to be honest. It doesn't make sense to grind like 1 minute. Even Comandante is still 1 minute plus one if you want to play with espresso. Let's say you put 18 grams in, 1 minute plus, man.
Have you ever tried it?
No, I'm not interested in trying it. The clicks are very low. Probably 8 clicks only for espresso. 8 clicks to dial in your espresso.
8 clicks.
Yeah, the stock one is 8 clicks only. Yeah, so good luck with that, man.
Okay. All right. Is it any grinders suitable for all round? Basically, espresso, filter coffee, French press.
I don't think so. Yes, there are grinders that saying that they can produce from French press up until like espresso, but there is a focus point. There is a focus grind design. For example, EK43 from Malconic, very legendary grinder. Specifically, the whole grinder is meant for filter coffee, pour over coffee. It does a very good job for grinding coarse. Of course, it can produce, espresso, but a very low range, a very narrow range of grind sizes.
I see.
Yeah, for flat 9 bar, for flat 9 bar normal, yes, you can do it with a standard EK43 grinder.
Mm.
But if you want to play with the long pre-infusion Slayer shot, something like that, right, which is 30 seconds of pre-infusion, like roast coffee beans, probably not a good idea, man.
Them.
It just gush out. Yeah. So you need to change, but EK has another
Well, how does
burr.
EK actually work? That we need something we need to tell them also.
Well,
Because this EK is very unique compared to other grinders, considering it has
Yeah.
a sideway burr, like vertical burr.
EK, it is a vertical burr, right? Unlike the flat burr, which is
Horizontal.
horizontal. You can imagine like it's a hamburger or
Yep.
sandwich, yeah, the up and down.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the typical traditional grinder, flat burr grinder. But EK, right? And there's another model. There are few. I would say there are few, like Fellow Oat too. Fellow Oat is one of them as well. I think Taimo Sculptor also, and many more. It has a horizontal burr set. That means the flat burst is placing at, if you're standing in front of the grinder, there's a front burr and the back burr. Two pieces sandwiched together.
Well, let's just say that it's like a sandwich, but you turn it 90 degrees.
Yeah, man. And it doesn't work, let's say you want to feed in the burr from the side of the burr. You can only feed the coffee beans, right? Inside of the burr set. Yeah. So let's say you imagine the traditional grinder, right? It's a sandwich. So you have to feed in the coffee beans from top.
From the top, yeah.
Yeah. You only can feed in from the top. So let's say you do it like vertical, right? You sandwich front and back, right? You cannot feed in from the side.
You need to feed in from the.
You need to feed in from behind.
Yeah.
So what they do right now, they have this called pre-breaker. You can imagine a shaft like a screw, a big shaft with a screw that attached with the burr.
Oh, it's behind the burr.
Yeah, behind the burr.
Behind the burr.
Yeah. So what happened is, if you feed in, there's a chute from behind the burr. If you feed into the coffee beans, it goes down into the pre-breaker first, and it breaks into bits,
Bits and pieces.
Yeah, breaks the bits and pieces, then feed into the middle of the burr.
So that when they go into the vertical burr, it's not gonna be that.
Yeah, when you have that, you have high uniformity of grind sizes.
I see.
So that means your range of grind size will be very narrow. Grind sizes will be very narrow. So it's good for when you have. That means it's very good for consistency as well.
Yeah. Uniformity.
And
High uniformity.
Second thing, it grinds super fast that way.
Really?
Yeah, so for like 20 grams, right? If you feed in 20 grams in the EK, right? A normal like unfilmed Scody 2 grinder, right? It grinds probably like 20 grams, probably like 20 seconds, 18 seconds.
But for EK?
For niche zero, probably like 15 seconds, 16 seconds. But for EK, less than 2 seconds, man. Then
Less
you can
than 2
finish. Yeah,
seconds.
then you can finish with the whole 20 grams of coffee ground.
Very, very fast.
Yep. But EK also have another burr set. It's called Turkish burr. It's designed the geometry only for espresso and finer, like Turkish coffee, for instance.
Oh. So that's why they call it Turkish burr.
Yeah, so you can change the burr. You can change the burr from the standard burr, which is designed for filter coffee, and then you can change it into espresso design, specifically for espresso. That burr cannot do filter at all. I tried. I moved into courses. It's still my filter coffee is still dripping all the way. Still too fine, man.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Let me show you, like, in terms of burr set, right? There's on top of my table. Let me turn on the third camera so I can show you guys what is flat burr. So let me show you. This is Rhys. There you go. This is Rhys, my co-host. These are flat burrs, as you can see, right? It's different sizes. 65 mm. This is 75 mm. Yeah, you have different diameter. So these are the flat burrs. These are the conical burrs. Why is it conical? Because there's the shape. It looks like conical over here. And this is the outer ring of the conical burr set. It comes with different sizes as well, smaller and bigger. Yeah. I say goodbye, Rhys.
What? You just gonna transfer back to your other cameras.
All right, cool. Now, so you have a clearer picture of the conical burr. But what do you suggest for when you have friends asking you, right? What do you suggest for the coffee grinder? That electronic, let's say.
Electronic.
Mm.
What do I suggest? I would say,
How do you answer them?
how many cups are they drinking a day? Like whether is it them or just
Family
their
of
family?
5.
Family of 5.
Family of 5, probably like 8 cups a day.
I don't know. You probably can buy niche.
Yeah.
Niche 0 or DF64.
Well, if they say, I want to buy EK43.
Are you rich enough? Can you
let's
sponsor me?
let's say it's rich enough, man. Let's say rich enough.
Can you buy me a machine instead?
What?
Why are you using that when you don't know coffee? I know coffee. I want you pay me money.
Well, let's put it this way. He knows coffee, right? He learned from you. Then he asks you, what do you suggest for a grinder?
I would suggest. Oh, you mean EK? Let's say EK. Just now you say EK.
Yeah, you were saying niche, right? They say they want something
If
they
they
can
want-
show off during the Chinese New Year, during the Raya, during the Christmas.
But why EK? I mean, if he is rich enough to buy a machine,
Oh, shit.
EK shouldn't be something that you should buy, right? Because it's meant for filter. So I would rather
What about
suggest.
Turkish burr?
What
What about Turkish burr?
Actually, yeah, I'll say okay.
Yeah. But let's say only like 8 cups a day, though.
I mean, if he's rich enough, go ahead, I guess.
Yeah. Rich enough, and then they have buy a new home, then place an EK over there.
Mhm.
Do you think it's a good idea?
Yeah.
Or what do you suggest other stuff?
I mean, I'd suggest E64 instead.
E64? What is that?
E65, sorry, my bad. E65.
E65? Are you sure that's a commercial one?
You think you think EK is not a commercial one?
Yeah. EK also commercial one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
E65.
endorse, you were saying, okay, what? Go ahead.
I mean, they're rich enough to buy for their house. It's not my decision. I'll say, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Are you sure that what makes you think niche, then you change to E65S?
He's rich. That's the main thing. Because to a lot of people, they are not rich. That's why I suggest the niche. It's decent, it's compact, it's nice.
Yeah.
In terms of grinding uniformity and for espresso as well.
Yeah.
But if you say a rich guy asked me, of course they was want to buy this kind of luxurious things.
E65S?
Yeah.
But don't you know it has a lot of retention?
Huh?
Don't you know if you want to get 20 grams, you put in 22, 23 grams of coffee beans?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And it doesn't work well with single dosing. Do you know that?
Yeah.
So why do you suggest that?
He's rich enough. He's rich enough. Obviously, it doesn't work with single dosing. But other than that, you also need to clean up your grinder.
I would suggest single dose grinder though.
I would also suggest single dose grinder.
Yeah, single dose grinder. There's very expensive single dose grinder. Don't you know? It's called Weber Workshop EG1.
Oh, EG1.
Yeah, man. There's single dose grinder. How about more expensive key conical from Weber Workshop? That's like 9,000 ringgit. Weber Workshop EG1 is probably talking about 15,000 to 18,000, depends which burr set you're taking.
How about P64?
P64, Lacombe P64 is like 8,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
I also suggest that.
At least the retention much lower. Now, let me define what is retention. The coffee grinder has something called retention. Retention, that means if you put 20 grams of coffee ground into the grinder, it grinds out. You probably get, let's say commercial, you probably get like 18 grams of coffee ground. Where's the 2 grams of coffee ground? You may
Stuck
ask.
inside the chamber.
Stuck inside the burr chamber.
It's always the
So let's say this single dose grinder like niche zero, they are designed very compact in their burr chamber. Burr chamber means the room that holds the burr set. They design it very compact and less ventilation. So you have less space to stick for retention. So let's say niche, if you put 20 grams into the niche grinder and grind out, it probably you get 19.5 to 19.8 to 19.9 grams of coffee ground. That's why it's called niche zero. It's almost zero retention.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. That makes more sense if, let's say, if you're home brewers, because you're trying to get everything out.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you put in as much, you get as much. That's the whole objective for home brewers, right? Unlike commercial. Commercial, everything talking about the efficiency and talking about the workflow and how fast it can grind. So that's why when you grind too fast, right? When you grind non-stop for like 50 shots in a row, what happens if let's say you do not have a greater ventilation, the grinder will stop by itself and stall. It will not move because too hot. The thermostat just stop and trip the grinder.
I mean, that's how all commercial grinders have, right? They have that space on the side.
Larger space in the burr chamber.
Yeah, on the right outside the burr chamber, there's space for ventilation.
Yes, totally agree. So that's why.
So all the retention go in there, is it?
Yeah. The larger space, right? The larger the space you have,
the more the retention you
the
have.
more retention you should have. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's why maintenance is very important for grinder, or else you keep on drinking the stale coffee ground from previous days. Yeah. So that's why the difference between the single dose grinder and versus a commercial grinder, which is a big hopper on top. Now, there are two sets of grinders, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Both sets of grinders are 65 mm flat burr. Let's say a P64 versus let's say the Scody one. Sorry, Super Kaimano, also 65. But one looks so small and slim. One looks so big and huge. Well, because of the insulation for the commercial.
Yep.
Like commercial grinder, you need a bigger insulation. You need a bigger burr chamber. So that's why a commercial grinder always look big. And single dose grinder for home brewers always look slim and small because of smaller, lesser retention. But single dose grinder is not designed for heavy load of workflow. It's not designed for 10 cups in a row. It's designed probably like 5 cups in a row. That's what it's designed for.
So you said EK was commercial, but it has to be single dose. That's one of the things that they said, right?
I think EK is not single dose, man. Most of suppliers will suggest user of EK not to single dose grinding it. They will advise,
The EK43.
Why? Yeah, because EK43 is designed, according to the manufacturer, is designed to grind more than 5 seconds in a row. So just like I mentioned, right, 20 grams is less than 2 seconds, right? It's not sufficient one. So what happens, let's say you single dose your EK, the burr alignment will off. You misalign quicker, faster. Yeah, quick align. So let's say misalign means what? You're supposed to have vertical two burrs like touching each other, right? Close as. So the grinding surface is almost aligned and flat, touching each other almost. Misalign means
one side is grinding.
One side is one side is higher, another side could be lower.
So it will be very very inconsistent.
Yeah, so your grind size also inconsistent, will mess up as well.
So you're not supposed to single dose your EK.
No, you know what is it for? I think
Huh?
I told you last episode. What is it for, EK? Tell me. Tell the audience,
EK?
man.
EK is for single dose. So I cannot remember anything at this point.
You're
Have
so
a
cute, Rhys.
memory of a fish.
What fish?
Memory of a fish.
Oh, man.
Okay,
Rhys.
wait. What's EK used for?
Yeah, what is EK
Filter
designed for?
coffee.
It's not designed for single dose. What is it? What is it? Is that designed for? It's designed for commercial.
Commercial, yeah.
Then what is it for? You
Filter
cannot
coffee.
make. You cannot make like for filter coffee. What's the dosage? Probably 18 grams,
18 yeah.
15 grams, 12 grams, right?
Yeah.
What do you do? You got single dose it. You got single dose it from EK. See, you get my point.
Yeah. Yeah.
EK is designed for retail grinding.
Oh, so
Just now you were saying ditting, right? Just now you were saying ditting.
Yeah,
what is
yeah,
ditting
yeah.
designed for?
Commercial grinding.
Retail grinding.
Retail grinding. Sorry.
Retail grinding means, everyone, let me explain. Retail grinding means if you buy a pack of beans, let's say you have a coffee maker at home. Yeah. So if you buy a pack of beans, it's whole beans, right?
Mhm.
Then you have to pass the barista. Barista, you tell the barista, I'm doing French press, so can you grind French press for me?
Oh.
So the barista will dump the whole bag, into EK, adjust it to French press grind size, and then the whole pack will grind up into the whole thing.
Retail grinding.
Yeah, let's say 250, let's say 500 grams.
But would you really recommend it? I don't think I
what?
would recommend it to anyone doing retail grinding,
I don't I'm not really
especially
that.
for espresso.
Yeah, but you used to work in RGB coffee. So many people does that, right?
Yeah, that's just okay. Never
Annoys
mind.
you?
Yeah. Okay. The reason why is because that if you were to do retail grinding, you buy the beans from the cafe, you do retail grinding, you go back home, then you find out the grinding is wrong, and that's it.
The grind size is wrong.
Yeah, the grind size is wrong, and that's it. You can't do anything
But
anymore.
French press not really what?
Really?
Yeah.
Filter coffee?
That's not really the most important point. That's what you pointed out specifically for espresso brew method, right? The most important part, I'm not sure. I'm sure you don't know. I'm not sure. I'm sure you don't know.
You sure I don't know? Go on.
There's so many things you don't know.
Okay, go on.
When you go to Blue Bottle Coffee, they sell whole beans. They strongly against you. They do not do grinding for you on. Why?
Because they want you to do it yourself. I mean, it is true. If they do it for you,
Point also do it yourself.
if they do
What's
it for
the-
you, okay. If they do it for you, you go home and you find out that the grind size is wrong. Then what else can you do?
First of all, if you pre-ground your coffee, it will become deoxidized.
That's
the number
another.
one.
That's another
That's the
point.
number one factor that they don't grind it for you,
That's their main reason.
because that will affect their quality. That will
Yeah.
affect their reputation.
I think if you pre-grind your coffee, it will probably last for only about a few hours before everything just goes stale.
Most
right?
probably.
Go stale.
Yeah, most probably I would say so. But
Really, that's their biggest reason why.
that's their biggest reason why. Yes, that's correct.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm no surprise you don't know.
So it's just image. So it's just like to protect their own image.
I have
then.
no surprise that you don't know. I repeat again, Rhys.
So it's just to protect their own image then.
To
I didn't
protect their
know.
own reputation, dude.
Yeah, I already know about like if you pre-ground a coffee, the thing will deoxidize.
But I'm so surprised you're not pointing out that one at first. That's the whole point why the cafe always have the grinder sitting next to the espresso machine.
So are you saying that RGB they don't care about the reputation?
There are so many people don't care about it. So they're just doing for the
People have
service of the
commercial-
people.
Not commercial. People have retail grinders.
Not really. So I just think that Blue Bottle have their own point. There are some people they don't really care. They just prefer to drink
coffee.
a fresh coffee
Yeah.
instead of like instant coffee, right?
Mm.
So that's why.
Do you like drinking fresh coffee instead of instant coffee?
I've long time never drink instant coffee, man. But sooner or later we might have to drink instant coffee
Why?
because we are about to have a project to launch some product at Star Hill. Not my product, but we are helping someone else to do the
So that
launching.
product is instant coffee.
Yeah, some healthy stuff.
Healthy coffee. Healthy instant coffee.
Yeah, man, it's an enzyme inside.
And you were so against it.
Since when I'm against it?
You were against instant coffee from the very start. Other than the fact that during cupping you will use it as a neutralizing agent.
Uh-huh. Then? Since when I'm against it? You want to drink, go and drink it. You've been drinking like so many times already with the French press. It's just for me to make fun of you, that's all.
Okay. So okay, so now let's talk about Hopper since we were talking about the big ass Hopper, yeah.
Yeah, Hopper, yeah.
Big ass Hopper. So
What about Hopper?
why got some grinders use Hopper, some grinders don't use Hopper?
Single those grinder don't have Hopper, what? So let me explain what is Hopper. Hopper is the bean container on top of a grinder.
Yep.
Usually it is from a commercial grinder.
Mhm.
Usually, yeah. So, but you remember that I used to have the Eureka Manole, right?
Mhm.
You can Google it. It's a home coffee grinder, but it has
The
a hopper
hopper.
on top as well. But we usually use it for single dosing.
Mhm.
Eureka Minion Manuale. That's a full name, yeah.
Minion Manuale.
Way before Niche come out with a Niche Zero. All right, 2 years
So-
prior.
So do you think you can strap a hopper on a niche?
I think there is someone does that in US. Someone does that in US. I think it's called Espresso Vivace.
Vivace.
Yeah, who's the person who popularized latte art? Or not? The dude from
Forgot his
US.
name.
I think he's from Seattle.
I forgot his name. I know he's from Seattle. I remember that one.
I think he's shit. Let me check, man.
Forgot his name.
His name is David Schomer.
Oh.
Yeah, his cafe Espresso Vivace. He has two niches. I think two niche zeros over there
Mm-hmm.
with
Grinder.
modified hopper on top. Modified hopper on top. Yeah, to feed in 500 grams, I think. Yeah. All right, cool. Dude,
Yeah.
let's move on, man. I know you're very tired. Look at you.
No, I was just
One more
thinking.
episode, dude.
I was just thinking about it. It's okay. Okay, how is it to clean it and maintain the machine? Sorry, how
to maintain?
easy is it to clean and maintain the machine?
Very easy.
I mean, not
You're not satisfied with the answer.
not to some machines. I know some machines are easy to clean, especially
Rhys looks dissatisfied with my answer.
no shit. That's like one answer for all machines. Very easy. I know some machine.
Rhys don't know shit about how to clean a grinder. I bet you don't know.
I know some machines.
I bet you don't know, Rhys.
Especially I think it was P64, right? It was magnetic.
Yeah, P64 is magnetic. Yeah.
So it's very
But you
easy to
still
clean.
need
A brush.
No, of course you need a brush, but you still need a vacuum cleaner. For P64, yeah.
To those people who think about the floor vacuum cleaner, no, we need a dedicated one.
Yeah, so if you have a floor vacuum cleaner, that works fine. But you need to dedicate that vacuum cleaner for just the grinder. So for hygiene purpose, we will not suggest you to use multi-use of that grinder, a multi-use of that vacuum cleaner to clean your floor, to clean your cushion, to clean your cat furs, and then also to clean your coffee grinder. Because your coffee grinder is supposed to consume coffee.
Yep.
So where that will have the bacteria go into your coffee grinder. So we not suggest that to multi-use your vacuum cleaner, but instead buy a dedicated vacuum cleaner just to clean your grinder. You can buy the handheld one, it's fine. 100 something ringgit. Very strong as well.
You have the the green color big ass supposed to use
Yeah.
it for floor.
Yeah, long time never use, man. After I bought the handheld one, that's not really using. But that one is meant for just for coffee
Yeah,
grinder.
it was always meant for coffee
Yeah,
grinder.
from day one, I never used that for any other stuff. Yeah, always for coffee grinder, man.
Okay, so what else do you need other than the
You
vacuum
need
cleaner?
a screwdriver to remove the screws.
Mm.
You or probably, for example, like niche, it comes in the box with the bolt remover, and also it comes in the box with the brush. So for niche, it's very fascinating. Niche, you do not need to use any other stuff except the bolt remover and the brush.
Mm.
And I
Not
time
even
myself
toothpick?
very minor, I would say. Not really. It comes with the brush, it's quite hard.
Oh.
And then it's so hard that you can brush off anything from the burr itself.
Oh.
So niche, very fascinating because I time myself on cleaning on niche.
Mm.
3 minutes, done cleaning.
And put back on.
Put it back on. That means it's disassembling
Mm.
and also assembling. Assemble, finish, and done. Cleaning everything.
3
3 minutes, man. So let's say, for example, for a typical flat burr grinder,
Mm.
I have to probably use like 10 minutes at least. If I do it fast, 8 minutes with vacuum cleaner and stuff.
Mm.
Yeah. Commercial, commercial, commercial flat burr grinder, I would say. Yeah.
The time it took about how many minutes? About 7 minutes to clean the
Which one?
E65.
E65. Wow, that one is a little bit complicated
Yeah,
because
meaning
that one you need to do the 0 point with the gear. You need to do 0 point with the gear itself, and also
Mhm.
you need to set digitally on the zero distance notification.
Yep.
Yeah. So that one is
Probably about 15 minutes.
probably like 15 minutes. That's really special. And EK is even more because the EK
You need
is
to add the oil, is it?
the food grade lubricant, right?
Oh.
So I hate to use EK. That's why do the maintenance lah. Every time I want to change beans, right?
They always ask Woon to maintain.
Yeah. So I hate to use EK because of maintenance. Because when I change beans, right?
Mm.
Damn, it's that time again.
Huh?
That kind of mindset. And it's pretty easy to do the maintenance. The only hard part I feel not really comfortable is where you have to put on the foot lubricant.
Uh-huh.
That is where you put into the shaft so the
Mhm.
burrs can slide it in
Yeah.
into the grinder motor. So when you're not putting enough of the lubricant, right,
Mm-hmm.
it will just very hard to
Stuck
put it in
there.
stuck there. It will stuck there. Eventually, let's say not enough of oil, eventually it will become scratches
Mm.
in your shaft. So when you do a lot of oil, right, so that means your handful full of oil. Yeah, and very disgusting. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, cool. How about next,
Okay.
Rhys?
There's another one. Like, how
Mhm.
durable is the grinder, and does it have does it come with a warranty?
Usually come with 1 year warranty. How durable? That really depends on how well do you use it, how well do you maintain it, and
Yeah.
also how much do you use it. The only part I would say always like you need to change, right? Is the wear and tear. It's the burr set.
Mm-hmm.
Burr set. Depends which one you're buying. Usually in the website, dedicated website, let's say niche 0, I
Mm-hmm.
believe is the burr set has to change like I can't remember from my mind. It's probably like 150 kg or something like that. Around that. Yeah.
After 150 kg.
Yeah. You have to change. It's advisable to change. So there's certain mileage, right? So you can do the math. One day you're using, let's say,
20
two
grams.
shots, right? Two
40
shots, 20
grams.
grams. So one day, 40 grams. Then you do the math times 365. Let's say you drink every day, never miss a day. Probably like 1 kilo plus. So long way to go lah.
Mm.
So you don't have to worry, but commercial grinder also depends. There are some technician advice like to change. Let's say you're busy, probably like half a year once to
Yeah.
change the burr set. Let's say you're not, probably like
It's like
once a year.
constantly grinding.
Yeah, constantly grinding, right? So let's say a cafe not so good in business of coffee, probably like 50 to 80
Mm.
is quite okay, normal.
You change like 1 year plus.
Yeah. Let's say like you are serving like 150 a day, 200, probably a half a year, you need to change already. Yeah. So when do you know that you need to change? When you find out the grind size not fine enough. The flow from the espresso always too fast. No matter how much you adjust into final grind setting,
So you set to like 0 and it's still like gushing out
almost
with
zero,
espresso.
Obviously it's not, it won't be zero. Zero means it's like two bursts touching each other.
Mm.
So let's say you set almost zero, right? It's still coming out. You
Mm.
can have a look at the physical of the visual of the coffee ground.
Mm.
It's very coarse. It's not like as fluffy as last time. It's not as clump as last time, right? That means it's time to change the burr.
Time to change. All right.
Yeah.
So what do you think about coated, titanium coated?
Titanium coated is designed for a longer lasting.
So do you think it's better?
Yeah, it's much more better, but double the price, I would say. Double the
For
price.
double the time?
Double the price. For 5 times of the durable.
Oh,
I think
five times the
yeah.
duration.
3 times or 5 times.
Yeah.
I remember the Unfilm used to have this SP2.
Yeah.
Scody 2 and SP2 is very similar, right? The outlook.
Yeah.
Ours Scody 2, 75 non-coated. That means stainless steel burr.
Yeah.
For SP2, it is much more expensive. The burr is coated with titanium, and it's stated there is 3 times more durable. And that's it. That itself costs probably like 3K more.
3K.
Yeah, Scody 2 is like
Jeez.
7K, and SP2 is like 10K. Yeah, man. But it give
Jeez.
you 2 fans behind.
2 fans.
Yeah, so SP2 have 2 fans.
Ooh.
Scody 2 have 1 fan. Yeah, 2 fans to blow the burr chamber.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that your burr set will not heat up as
Mhm.
easily. Yeah.
All right. So now let's talk a little bit about the noise level, because there are some people living in apartments and they don't want to, 5, 6 o'clock. 5, 6 o'clock. Wait.
Yeah.
What the
Yeah.
heck are you doing?
I think you, man. IG story, man. IG story.
Yeah.
What's up?
Because like some people who lives in the apartment, they don't want like 5, 6 o'clock wake up their neighbor with a
I don't think that kind of series. It will wake up probably your family.
yeah. So like, what's the recommended noise level during operation?
No idea, man.
Any machine that is
No idea, man. No idea, man. What's that? How do
any
I know?
machine that is quiet?
Oh yeah, okay. For home?
Yeah.
No. I think niche is quite acceptable.
Mm.
Niche is quite acceptable. Varia also very acceptable. Varia VS3. There's meant for home as well.
But that one was quite noisy. If I'm not
Varia
mistaken.
VS3, no, man.
Right?
No. It was quite okay.
Really?
It's just long only. It's slow and long,
Yeah,
slow grinding.
It was painfully slow.
Slow grinding. Because the word probably you need to wait like 40 seconds for 20 grams of espresso.
Yeah.
Yeah. Worth waiting. What? It's very nice.
Yeah. Is anything better than a hand grinder, I guess.
Yeah, so I don't think this is the thing. I used to have this machine called Baratza Sete 2, I think.
Satay too.
Yeah, Sete. That's the noisiest grinder ever, man.
They woke
That
up.
was way before, probably like 4 years before Niche Zero was launched, man.
You woke up
That
your
was
wife
the
every time.
most. That's the most affordable grinder that time. The price was 1,003.
1,003.
Yeah, when I bought it, 1350. Conical burr, good, nice quality, grind quality.
Mm.
But here's the thing: when you grind, right, someone will just come and look at you. How's that, man? Well, because it's so cheap. It's so cheap, right? 1350. That was probably like 10 years ago, man. 10 years ago. 1350. And the build quality is all plastic.
Mm-hmm.
So that means it's very light and poorly insulated. So that means it's when it's light and using thin plastic, right? When it grinds, right? Super loud, man. Super duper loud. It's from silent, serene, up until within 1/2 seconds, right? Half a second, right? The whole world collapse, man. That kind of,
Is that
that
loud?
kind of annoying loud. But it's cheap, man. Something got to sacrifice, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Barasa Sate 2, I think.
Zete2. Sete2.
Yeah.
Zete.
Sate.
Sete.
SETTE. That used to be every home brewer's grinder last time. Yeah, that was like probably 10 years ago, man. Not 10 years ago, 8 years ago. Yeah, probably
Mm.
8 years ago. How many questions you have, Rhys?
Uh,
I always ask this question, dude.
sorry, but I cannot count. I don't know how to. I don't know how to count. What? Huh?
Because you know how to count.
I could,
You do not
I,
know a lot of
I,
things in
I
coffee.
don't know the question.
At least you know how to count, Rhys.
Wait, I think I have the last one. I guess.
Okay, cool. Let's wrap things up though. It's a 1 hour mark already.
All right. You just did the podcast. That's like what, 2.5?
I'm not complaining you because you have second episode to go.
Okay,
Another
fine,
episode to
fine.
go.
Okay, fine. Uh, okay. One last question is that are there any home grinder that can actually is suitable for home space? Because some people don't have that many spaces.
You were mentioning this niche zero, right?
Yeah, let's talk about the list. Let's talk about the list actually. Talk about the list of home
For what?
grinders that is small,
espresso?
compact. Yeah, small, compact, and suitable for espresso.
Variant VS3 is more enough.
Varia
Don't you think?
VS3.
Yeah, that's very nice. Here's the one more thing, one more tip I want to let you all know. The price and the size do not justify the taste.
So you're saying Varia VS3 would be cheap and
And
good,
good.
but
Yeah,
it might
I
not
would
taste
say
nice.
nice. I would not. I would say nice. Tastes very good. Very stand out among the grinders that we have over here.
Mm.
Super intense, bright,
It looks cute.
look cute, just like Rhys. In compare, let's say, other grinders like probably like Atom 65, 4,500 ringgit. It's a commercial grinder. I would say, let's say between these, just talking about the taste itself. I'm not talking about the work efficiency. I'm talking about taste itself. If you're home brewers, I think that's the thing you should focus on. Taste first, then other.
So
Between
home
Atom
brewers.
65 and Varia VS3, I would pick Varia VS3 in terms of taste. Not to say Atom 65 is bad, but they're so nice. But, one is 4,500 ringgit, another one is like 1,400 ringgit. In terms of taste, Varia VS3 wins, man. It's just a very damn slow grinder. It's designed to grind slow so that you have a nice taste. It's designed to grind slow.
I see.
So, like I said, the size and the price do not justify the taste. If you buy very expensive grinder, that doesn't mean
not even the
it tastes good. Yeah, but it has probably a most potential in terms of workflow, but not really the best taste to be, in my opinion. So the price and the size do not justify the taste.
not even the burst size.
Burst size, I would say, has much more potential. Burst size doesn't
Actually,
mean
what's the
it's
smallest like flat burr?
50 mm.
50 mm.
As I know of, it's 50 mm. As I know of.
As you know.
Yeah, that's manually. Manually was,
Manually?
yeah, it's still 50 mm.
50.
50. 50. Right now, the benchmark for flat burr grinder is 65 is standard, man.
65.
Yeah. 65, there are so many varieties
So
for you to
what's like
choose,
the
man.
biggest flat burr?
The biggest that I know of is 120 something. That's from Titing.
The thing.
Yeah.
The retail grinder.
The retail grinder. And jumping off from that will be the Lagom P01. Oh, sorry, not FM grinder from JWC.
No, it's 120 something as well.
120. 120.
120.
Yeah, 120. Yeah, SSP burr.
Mm.
Largest burr, man. But P01, now because the typical grinder, right? Typical grinder's burr, right? It has a hole to lock, to screw down the burr.
Three
Three holes usually. Three holes that screw down the screw, and so you can attach to your grinder, right?
Oh, but Lagom one is off, right?
That's what
Offset,
I'm trying to tell you. So the Lagom P01, if you can go and Google it, is called blind burr. That means there's no holes, there's no screw holes.
Oh.
So we have more grind surface. So they are saying that the 101 mm is equivalent as not blind burr, 120 mm, because you have like 20% more surface area to grind.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, and then how do they? Is it magnetic or what?
Magnetic.
Oh.
Yeah. Similar with Weaver Workshop. I think Weaver Workshop EG1 that is like 80 mm or 85 mm blind burr.
Blind burr.
That's the first grinder with blind burr, man.
Oh. Weeble by
EG1.
Weeble Workshop.
Weaver Workshop EG1 electronic grinder 1. That is
Magnetic.
blind burr and 80 mm, I think 80 or 85. So equivalent to almost 100.
So they call it
95.
blind is because you can't see through the holes.
Yeah, they can't see through the holes. Yeah, there's no holes for you to see through.
Okay.
All right, that's it. I hope that you guys will have better understanding on the home grinders and commercial grinder. So if you don't have, then probably give us a comment, DM us in Instagram, or leave a comment at YouTube, and also leave a comment in Spotify as well. So we'll try to shoot the better content next round.
Yep.
Yeah.
On which season 2? Season 2?
Now we still have season
Shoot
1. I'm
better
not sure where.
content.
Yeah. Yeah, we're trying our best. Yeah. Any more questions, Rhys?
Nope. I think that's all.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening to the Coffee and the Company podcast from me, Dennis, and Rhys Wong over here.
Yep.
I hope this episode brings you benefit. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Thanks, guys, for listening to the Coffee and the Company.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.